Hey everyone, welcome back to Hadley's High Carb Kitchen. My name is Hadley, and I started this channel in an effort to combat low calorie diets, low carb diets, and just overall restricting your calories. Um, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who watched my interview yesterday with Nutrition by Victoria, and I want to say a big thank you to Victoria for having me on her channel. It was so awesome to chat with her yesterday. I just wanted to come on here and say thank you, but also I know there was a couple of questions that Victoria had gotten on her post about our interview, and we didn't get a chance to address them. So I kind of wanted to go over those now. I will just bring that up. Okay. So I'm just going to bring up this post that Victoria made yesterday about myself and our interview. Um, And there was a few questions that I would kind of like to address because, like I said earlier, we didn't quite get to it yesterday. So let's see. Um, so Pretty Little Plant-Based asked, and hey girl, I know you comment a lot, so thank you for commenting and leaving your thoughts and your opinions and your questions. Appreciate it. What does a typical day of eating look like? Yeah, so I do have a lot of what I eat in a day is up on Instagram and here on YouTube as shorts, but it's typically always fruit for breakfast. I've tried eating starch for breakfast. It's okay. I don't love it though. I just need the fruit. Actually, I have my fruit smoothie here with me. It's bananas and blueberries and a little bit of coconut sugar. So delicious. So yeah, it's always fruit for breakfast. Typically a smoothie. Sometimes I'll eat like fresh fruits. And if I'm doing exercise in the morning, like this morning, I got on the bike for 20 minutes. And I'm going to be doing some running training later today too. But normally I'll have some sugar water with a little bit of lime or lemon juice to start, or I'll have just a little bit of juice just to keep it light before I do my workout. And then for lunch is typically also fruit. I try to like eat whole fruit at that time of the day. Like I'll eat bananas or dates, or if I'm lucky enough to have some mangoes or some melons, like that's also great too, or some apples, just whatever I happen to have. Sometimes I'll have like a potato soup as well for breakfast, or for lunch, sorry. But I definitely prefer to have the fruit for breakfast and for lunch, but I'm a little bit more flexible with lunch. But it's typically fruit till 4, kind of like Victoria. And then for supper, I really like potatoes, but I always have to have them with rice because I find that it doesn't like, I know potatoes are supposed to be the most satisfying food on the planet, but I just find I can't get the amount of potatoes in that I need. So I either have it with like I'll pair it with rice, like sweet potato and rice is a really good combination, or I'll have sushi. Yeah, that kind of thing. I'm gonna make a long form video about like my top 5 go-to dinners that I normally do on this lifestyle. Okay, what else? Time you wake up. So I wake up typically at 4 a.m., 4 or 5, but it's lately it's been 4 a.m. The time change has kind of messed me up a little bit. But I get up early so I can get my workout in. Sometimes I will start work a little earlier because it gives me time throughout the day to kind of do things that I need to do. What you have before working out? Yeah, like I mentioned before, it's either sugar or fruit juice. How do you feel your body throughout the day? Yeah, it's fruit, sugar, starch. Typically, sometimes I'll if I'm doing a little bit more activities, I'll have some some gummies or something throughout the day. It just depends on how I feel. And then she asked, workout routine. How many days a week and what do you do? Cycle, run, yoga. So I typically try to do a little something every single day. Um, and I'll take rest days, like if I'm feeling it, like I'm feeling tired or whatnot. Like yesterday, I just took my dog for like a half an hour walk because I was still feeling exhausted from the time change, and I just got back from traveling with my toddler, so that's always a good time. And so, what do? I do. I've been really into like using the Peloton because I got a Peloton, so that's really been great. Cycling, I love to be outside, but it's freezing here in Canada right now, so I've been doing mostly like inside exercises, but it's starting to warm up now, so I'll definitely be cycling and running. I got some running races coming up that I need to actually properly train for, so I'll be doing probably a decent amount of running. I try to walk my dog at least like 20 to 30 minutes a day just because, you know, he's a big boy. He needs to go out and get his exercise too. I do yoga when I can, try to keep up with my stretching. I'm not very good with keeping up with my stretching, honestly. I can do better, but there's only so many hours in the day. What mindset shifts did you have to fully embrace this lifestyle? Yeah, I just kind of had to accept that I was going to possibly gain weight and that my weight, you know, your body is the least interesting thing about you. So, you know, you have so much more to offer than that. And, um, you know, if you're carrying a little extra weight, it doesn't make you a bad person at all. Like you're still you and you have a lot to offer. And also focusing on fitness over focusing on how you look kind of thing, and focusing on fitness and how you feel over how you look has really helped me. Any roadblocks you have faced while going all in with sugar? People seem to fear it. I mean, people think I'm weird anyways because I'm I'm vegan. So I've always gotten like more vegan comments. A lot of people don't know that like exactly what type of a vegan diet I eat. So I mean, I get comments from family members about how much I'm eating, like, oh, you're still eating, or where do you put it, or you must have a hollow leg was one I got recently. So it's mostly like those kind of comments, but I don't let it bother me because I know that what I'm doing is like properly fueling myself, and it's the right, you know, I'm doing the right thing. But yeah, there is a lot of like I've never had really anyone come at me like in real life about about eating sugar, but I'm I'm sure it's going to happen. I'm just waiting for it. But I mean that's fine. Like people are allowed to have their opinions and say what they want, but like I know that like the science and I know what's right and I know what makes my body function properly. So yeah. Um, thank you for those questions. I think there was a couple more here. So someone commented, I always want to know about people's experience on starch, like how much starch is included, when is it eaten, how much is consumption of wheat, and how is the digestion. Um, so yeah, like I love starch. Like I said, I'll sometimes have starch for lunch, mostly for supper though. I really love potatoes. Like typically if I have potatoes, I'll try to have at least like 8 to 10 at a time, which is a lot of like volume to get in. Rice is definitely like my go-to, like white rice. I love sushi rice. Like that's my go-to rice. I find it digests really well. Like, you know, I find it digests better like on its own. Like I try not to eat too many like non-starchy vegetables because that's when I find I kind of run into like digestive problems. So I tend to have like my salad and my starchy vegetables. I try to eat them beforehand, though I do like me a stir fry. So sometimes I'll have them together. Um, but yeah, I eat wheat sometimes. I find I have no issues with wheat. I love bread. I love pasta. I've been more sticking to rice and potatoes lately just because of I have goals of running faster and that involves me kind of leaning out a little bit more. So yeah, so I've been mostly sticking to starches, but yeah, no, never any issues with starch or wheat. Actually find that wheat digests quite well, honestly, for me. I think, let's see. Do you take a break from cardio before/during your period? Is there any fatigue? Um, no, I don't think so. Like half the time I don't even know when my period is coming. It just kind of arrives because I don't have any sort of symptoms. Like I don't have really any PMS symptoms. Um, like occasionally I'll get like a little bit of cramping, but like with this lifestyle, I barely get anything. Like when I was a teenager, I used to get really bad PMS. Like it was like debilitating. I'd be like rocking back and forth on the floor, like crying basically. But with this, like I don't really seem to notice, other than I will say that I'm hungrier. I definitely, I feel like I require more food, like more sugar in the form of like refined sugars and fruits typically before and during my period. Um, I don't think I don't notice any fatigue really. Um, yeah, no, I just kind of continue with my normal routine. But obviously, if you feel tired during your period, or you feel like you just need some rest, and you need to take it, I would for sure. And I think so there's one more question. What was my transformation? Did she cure some illness? I would love to hear about it. I guess that was kind of addressed in the video. Um, I didn't really have an illness other than I wasn't taking care of myself very well, and I was under eating, and I was starting to experience some sorts of health issues. And as I said in the interview with Victoria, like under eating, my pregnancy did not go as as I wanted it to. Um, but I definitely feel like I'm in a better place now, and because I have the information. But yeah, I think that was all of the questions. So I just wanted to hop on here really quickly and kind of answer some of those questions because I know we didn't get to them yesterday. And I really, really honestly appreciate everyone who watched the interview or has watched any of my content, because I'm very new to this, and I think it's awesome that anyone's watching. So I appreciate all of you. Yeah, if you have any more questions, you can leave them below, and I would love to answer anything that you have to ask. So take very good care, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.